Sharp Game here, coming at you on another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. Now, I got a question a couple of days ago, and a subscriber wanted to know, to give him some tips on how to become more attractive to women. And, you know, some of this stuff might sound simple. It might sound obvious. But I'm telling you, you know, some of the biggest problems that we have as men out here today is we have a lot of bad habits. And we want a lot of things, but we don't want to put the work in, you know. And, you know, we live in an instant gratification society today. But, you know, it just doesn't work like that. And the best part about what I'm about to tell you is, you know, if you want better results with women, just in general in life, you have to acquire more skills. That's all it is. So the more you know, the more you grow, as they say. So if you want to become more attractive to women, number one thing you should do, every man, in my opinion, it should be like a lifestyle, is you have to become physically fit. Now, you don't have to be a bodybuilder. You don't even have to lift weights. You can lift weights if you want. I lift weights from time to time. But every other day, I do push-ups and sit-ups. So every other day I do push-ups. I do at least 30 to 50 push-ups every other day. And I've been doing this for past 2 years now. And what that does is that builds my upper body, my shoulders, my chest, my arms. And I actually feel good about myself. I feel good. I feel like, you know, I'm building a muscle. You know, that's a discipline in itself to keep doing something every other day for 2 years. You know, and I mean, you gotta change your diet, man. They say you are what you eat. So you gotta, you know, I mean, now some guys say they, you know, it costs a lot to, you know, it costs a little bit more to shop at certain places or whatever, or if they live in the city, and that's not always the case. And then, I mean, if you live in a small town, you can plant your own shit. You know, if you got the land or you got the space, if you live in a small town, you got space to plant some shit. You got a lot of space. But if you live in a city, that's not the case. I understand. So you might have to go to some maybe Whole Food or some organic store or farmer's market. So this is how I see it. You're going to pay a little bit more. But you're going to pay anywhere it goes. If you're going to pay now or you're going to pay later when you're going in and out the hospital later. So I don't know about you. I'd rather pay now than later. Well, you are what you eat. And be mindful and conscious of what you listen to. Who you listening to. Those boring people, boring and depressed people at work. What are you watching on television? What are you listening to when you get in your car? Are you listening to audiobooks? Are you listening to educational stuff? Are you listening to stuff that's going to enlighten you, inspire you to do better, have more ambition, do more, become more, live more? Or are you listening to the same old music that come on the radio every day? I mean, I'm not saying you can't listen to music, but change up every once in a while. Listen to something different. I mean, what are you reading? What are you watching? Who are you listening to? Who are you hanging around? You know, that stuff, it really makes a difference. You know, be careful of your eyes and ears, and be careful what you put in your body, because you are what you eat, as they say. It's been scientifically proven that if you feel better about yourself, you will become more attractive to women. That's not my opinion. That's been proven. Because what's going to happen is you're going to vibrate and give off a certain vibe. You're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to walk better. You're going to hold your head high. You're going to radiate at a different energy. And that in itself makes you much more attractive. Along with what the second thing that makes you much more attractive, and that's the way you dress, fashion. And I'm not saying you got to be like a model or nothing like that. You just got to, you got to put more an effort into how you dress. And this is not about impressing anybody. The only person you should try to impress when it comes to your dressing and the way you look and how you carry yourself is you. This is about carrying yourself in a certain type of way. So you don't have to spend a lot of money when it comes to clothes. You just have to match and just buy quality clothing from stores in your area, wherever you live at. And it's going to vary, because every town is different, every city is different. But just wear stuff that's unique, that's matching, that's fitted to your body type. You don't necessarily have to wear a suit or dress every day. For example, I know a guy that he doesn't wear jeans. Every time he leaves the house, he wears shoes. Doesn't wear sneakers. So he might wear he might wear some khakis with shoes, but every day, he's dressed, and he's not suited and booted until the weekends. But during the week, he's casual. At least 5 days a week, and on the weekends, if he goes out, he's suited and booted. But you don't have to be like that. You can be casual. You don't have to be suited and booted all the time. But you just have to be different than the average guy. Dress different. Carry yourself different. Put more effort into how you look, how you dress, how you carry yourself. And if you got swag, that's good. You don't necessarily have to have swag, but you should put more of an effort in how you dress. You can even, if you want to really get deep into fashion, you can go to some of the fashion shows that come to your town, or go on to YouTube and just do a search for fashion. Stuff that you might like. So put more into fashion and how you dress. And the last and final thing is, I would say, is pay attention to your posture, your body language. If you're humped over, if you walk with your head down, that's not good. That tells women, that tells people that you aren't confident in yourself. You don't believe in yourself. You don't care. I mean, I know you see people that are like this. There's men and women that are like this. They kind of like drooped over, head down, shoulders down, but don't be like that. You need to carry yourself with pride. Stand straight up, stand strong, have a sense of, like, show leadership, show that wherever you go, you should, smile. Maybe everything is not the way you want it to be, but as long as you still live it, as long as you still have your health and strength, you can change. You can work on it. You can work on the things that you don't like. I mean, before my dad passed away, rest in peace to him, he told me, he said, I know a lot of things that you probably don't like about the family and how I was raised and everything or whatever. And he said, you know what? It's up to you now. So I'm passing the torch to you. So if it's something that you don't like, change it. And that's really it. You just have to make a decision. That's it. It's really not, there's nothing really complicated in this world. There's people that make it complicated. But most of the things that you can control, it's not complicated. And don't worry about things that you don't have control over. And it's really, that's it. These 3 things you can start using today. And the best part about it, no one can take it away from you because it's a skill. And just like I said, if you want to change your results, if you want to get better results, you just have to acquire more skills. That's it. Most of the stuff that I talk about, it's just a skill set. That's it. But a lot of people don't want to put the work in because it takes time. It's not instant all the time. Some stuff you can change overnight or change within a couple of days, or you can see results within a couple of days or a couple of weeks, but it's a process. And the best part about it, no one can ever take it away from you. No one can say you never did it or can't do it, because you can validate it. Not saying you should look for validation from anybody, but you can prove what you've done once you are confident in yourself. Just like a lot of stuff that I've done, I can prove it. I can prove that I've traveled the world. I can prove that I've met a bunch of women. I can prove that I've sold a lot of products online and made thousands and thousands of dollars. Because I have proof. I have people that know me for a long time, and so I have a proven track record. I can prove that I have a following on social media. I don't have to seek validation, but if someone wanted to check me to see, if I was official, I can prove that very quickly. I don't really have to talk. The numbers speak for itself. So if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel. Check out my blog, chooseyourrelationships.com. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/sharpgame. Go get my books on Amazon, Love Can't Wait, and A Chicken's Guide to Having Women Beg for You, Sex, Lust, and Lies. And if you have any questions, leave your comments and concerns below. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.